Okay, everybody, we are having great pleasure in presenting you Pooja Pandey, who came to us, and she is qualified as a naval pilot officer, imagine, and she's from Baramati,
And she in the first attempt.
and that too in the first attempt, and she has got no army background or defense background. Her father is working in a company, and she is on top of that an electronics engineer. So Pooja, I just want to ask you, you made it in the first attempt.
Yes, sir.
What were you really feeling? The most important is everybody clears the SSB, but to clear the CPSS is another issue. So she cleared that also. So what was your first feeling when you were clear?
So first thing was that how proud my family would be.
Yeah, beautiful.
And the first thing that I did was I called them and I informed them that I have been selected. They were not expecting a lot, like I get selected in my first attempt. They've seen students who haven't been selected in their first attempt.
Right.
So the moment they came to know that I have been selected, they were very happy. They informed everyone in my village that
You
I
have
have
made
been
it.
selected. Yes.
And mind you, I spoke to you one night before that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you
Before
were there.
CPSS, and you gave me many documents, many things so that I can study,
Yeah.
and that really helped me. Like there were
Right.
many meters and the
Right.
details that helped me.
Very good.
Right. So, Pooja, so far so good. The aim of this video is to help hundreds and thousands of students who are going for SSB. So, I would like you to bring out what was your preparation and about all the three things. How did you go about it? And if there are any questions, we will ask you.
Okay, sir. So starting with my first class, that was PPDT. I had practiced a lot here, so that really helped me over there. And there was a time constraint over there, like for 4 minutes. But I have started writing a story in 3 minutes in complete rule that what is that steps and everything. So that
Right.
really helped me over there. And I completed it in 3 minutes. After that, I was just watching that what more things, what more details can I add into it.
And you could revise what you did.
Yes, sir.
That's more important.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So, that means practicing writing story is
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
very
Yes,
important.
yeah.
Yes, sir. I had many sessions with you, with Himani ma'am. I gave them my stories. I used to narrate my stories to you.
A corrected number of your
Yes,
stories.
sir. That was really helpful for me. And yes, sir.
So basic thing is that if we have to get into second stage, we must be good at writing story,
Yes,
we
sir.
must be good at narrating stories,
Yes, sir.
and we must also be able to participate like a gentleman, gentle lady
Yes.
in the group so that you are
Yes,
seen
sir.
to be an officer-like quality.
Yes, sir. So the narration lines that were taught for the group discussion, that really helped me
But
because
we did tell you those narration lines are not as important as
Yes,
your
sir.
own language.
yes, sir. And
You should be able to introduce the topic well. Yeah.
yes, sir. That really helped because in the PPT discussion, I was the first one to speak. None of them had the idea what to speak, but I had the idea how I have to start.
Right. So that comes with practice.
Yes, sir.
Because you can not practice a group discussion personally unless
Yeah.
you have been an orator. I remember your first classes and every time we said, come on, awaz,
Yes, sir.
ucha. Because there has to be a voice which can be heard by others.
Yeah.
How many times to enter, not to suppress others.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you must have used about this.
Yes, sir.
So you went into the second stage.
That's
Okay.
And in that case, sir, that as many as I have practiced over here, that really helped me over there. Because there were many sheets provided, so I practiced that, and the level was little low comparatively that I have to do here. I have to solve over there. So I completed it on time. I completed properly. I completed as many as I could do it.
And when you're doing this, what comes to your mind that you are able to, others are also writing, you also writing,
Yeah.
and you finish, and what comes to your mind?
That I had done this before. I had practiced this before. So the next step was to revise it. So I went on.
So it adds up to your confidence.
Confidence
If
level
you-
also.
If you have to make it in your first go
You have
or in any chance, it's a class 1 position.
Yeah, it's a class 1 position and you've got to be well prepared.
You got to be well prepared for it.
Yes.
You can't go unprepared. Okay, so now we come to the psychology part.
Okay, sir. So for the tag stories, sir, you used to take many practices, descriptions, what kind of stories we used to write. So in that class also, I remember that I used to give many ideas for it.
Correct.
So that is how I developed how to write the stories, how to get an idea for stories.
Yeah. Aim was to open up your mind,
Yes, sir.
come up with your own ideas, come up with your own themes.
And when you sit in a group,
Yes.
now I have made a different story, he has made a different story, you have made different. It also broadens your mind. There
Yes,
could be a different theme that can come up,
Yes, sir.
right?
What we
So-
emphasize was the relevance part.
Yes.
That's it. Nothing
So
more.
it has to be relevant. You can't be seeing a person and writing a story on earthquake or some fire
Yes,
or
sir.
something. So it is very important to understand the concept of writing story.
Yes, sir.
There is the delivery. Did Gurudeva give you anything by which you were told whether your delivery of stories are good or not?
Yes, sir. The first thing while delivering was the narration lines that were taught. So I knew that what I have to first say, that what I have perceived from the
Yeah.
story, and then how to summarize it, like what steps I have to write. In first 3 lines, I have to
Okay.
introduce.
Those are our
Yes.
USPs which we will
Okay, sir.
talk about here. But you must have a strategy.
Yes, sir.
You must have a strategy. So, in psychology, how many stories you wrote?
So all the 12 stories I was able to write
Great.
because I had practiced
And are you happy about it?
Yes, sir. I'm satisfied with my story because I've written my.
How did this happiness comes? And what does this happiness do in the thick of examination?
So basically, it increased my confidence for.
That's it. Exactly. Your confidence level.
What do they
means
what do
what?
they-
You see, your next day will also go well.
Even
Your
next
mark-
day is different.
No, what I'm saying is,
Next
you're so well prepared in a sense that gives you confidence. Yes, I can now do it.
After 5 minutes is back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that of course.
And then you will start writing back also properly.
Yeah.
How many backs you wrote?
I wrote about 52 to
And what about
58
SRT?
and 57.
Very good.
I-
60 if you do that.
I have seen that most of the people get stuck in SRT at best around 40, 45. But going beyond 55 gives you that confidence, and even after you come out from the psychology, your friends must have asked you, "Tumne kitna kitna likha?
Yes, sir.
How was it?" And then others also say, "Oh my God, she says I'm very happy with my 12 stories and words and SRT." So automatically your group starts
Looking at you.
guessing you also,
Yeah.
and even those small things matter. And this comes with practice, and that's why in our academy
Yes, sir.
we have almost 8 to 9 PPDTs, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
The aim is that you are so proficient with it. क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा
That
that
is
is
what
not.
depends. Yeah, that's a different issue.
It is कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन.
Correct.
You have to do your duty.
Yes.
Results is somebody else's success. So you are happy with your psychology also. And now comes the GTU.
Yes, sir.
How was your group discussion and what did it give you? This was the first time you were facing.
I had an issue of public speaking.
Mm.
So I had been improving it, and that is where that in GD I was able to perform well. Like I started initially for second GD, I was the first speaker to start. For the first GD, like we are not able to use the narration lines over there, but I knew at what time or at what point I have to stop them and I have to speak my point. That was the very important thing that I have studied here, that I
How
have learned
does-
over here.
How do you improve in group discussion? Like you were a good orator before also, although your voice was low.
Yes, sir.
So even the tenor of the voice. But how does one improve? There are a lot of people who are listening and they find it very difficult. How to enter in that chaos?
It's a fish market almost.
Yes, sir. The first thing is we have to participate, like we have to perform it with your group. Like you have to always practice it with your group. Whenever you go for any group discussion or everything, and you have to know the points, what you have to speak about it. Like mainly the topics are regarding the current affairs. So if my knowledge is up to that current
Yeah,
affairs, then it is an easy point for me to speak in the group discussion.
And even if you don't have the knowledge, but you taught something out here,
Yes,
if you
sir.
don't know, not very proficient with that subject, then also how to enter.
How to
Yes, sir.
enter, how to
I
pick up.
can use the points from the discussion and I
Yeah.
could add my points in it and I can.
And becomes a new point.
Absolutely.
Right. Is it very important to keep speaking?
Yeah.
No, sir. The one thing that I have noticed over there is that the one who spoke a lot was unselected. I spoke for 2 to 3 times and even another one who got recommended. We both of us we spoke for 2 to 3 times in the discussion, and then we just
Relevant
appreciated.
things, yeah.
Yes.
You appreciated others.
Others.
What is the importance of appreciation in a group discussion?
The most important thing is you're appreciating somebody else as well and giving them a chance to
That
talk.
means I have a large heart and I can officer.
Yes.
Can I behave like a street urchin? They are just because I'm getting into argument. मैं ही मैं से नहीं चल रहा है.
Absolutely.
So out here, initial time, while you tinker time and again on something where you were going wrong, or did we allow you to just
No, sir. The thing is, one thing I was always told was speak loudly.
right?
And the first thing that always came to my mind when I was participating in the discussion was that I have to speak loudly.
Yeah.
And when you speak loudly, loudly does not mean shouting.
Yes, sir.
You also hear and your confidence grows that I spoke, people listen.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And of course, the knowledge is very important for which, like she keeps going through what is happening. You must consult newspaper, you must see television,
Yes, sir.
preferably English debates,
Yes, sir.
anything else.
YouTube videos.
YouTube
Yeah,
videos.
YouTube videos.
Any YouTube video that you recommend?
So one of the thing is the Defense Academy.
You've got immense places. I like world affairs a lot. And even Anakin. What was that?
Study IQ.
Pathfinder. Study IQ. You get a lot of, and on one thing you must hear a lot so that you form your own views. What is happening? And you must have some in-depth knowledge about whatever is happening. For example, all those who are listening out here and you are going for SSB within a week, be very clear about what is Chandrayaan 3. What was the things done in Chandrayaan 3 more than Chandrayaan 2?
Yes, sir.
What have we learned? Because we want to know, do you go into deep depth of something or not?
Yes, sir.
So that takes care of, how about your GTO? Even we were doubting whether you will be able to,
So,
sorry, your obstacles.
the one thing that I was always confident about was my ground task, like my PGDs.